ladies and gentlemen, call Brister. The groove. Let's go. The groove. The groove.
Summer time and the living is easy. Ooh, fish keep jumping and the cotton is high. One of these mornings you're gonna rise up singing, yeah. Ooh, hush little baby, don't you cry. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Come on, man, you got this.
Only darkness every day.
Yeah.
Ain't no sunshine when she's gone, and she's always gone too long. Anytime she goes away, you can help me out? Wonder this time where she's gone.
Summertime.
Wonder if she's gone to stay.
The living is easy.
Ain't no sunshine when she's gone, and she's always gone too long. Anytime she goes away.
I know, 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 I know.
Hey, you ought to leave a young thing alone. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Yeah. Only darkness every day.
Darkness every day.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Ain't no sunshine when she's gone.
One of these mornings, you're gonna rise up singing. Ooh, you'll spread your wings and take to the sky. But then, until that morning, ain't nothing gonna harm you. So hush, little baby, don't you
So listen, guys, you all know the Love and Unity Fest is going to be coming back in May 13th through the 18th. If you don't know already, this is an outreach that I started in 2016 to use the arts to bring people together of all cultures, backgrounds, in love. So I want you guys to check this out, and then we're going to come back with Nicole, talk about this a little bit.
We see a lot of divisiveness in our neighborhoods, in the news, and in our relationships. It separates us from coming together as human beings. But we can change the story by coming together and celebrating our diversity and bringing positivity to counter the negativity through the power of love. And music has always been a way to bring people together. Hi, I'm Carl Brister, singer, songwriter, recording artist, and dad to these guys, Justin and Jordan. And I want to personally invite you to the Love and Unity Fest, where we can spread love through great performances, from different styles from across the globe. There'll be food trucks and fun activities for the kids, right guys?
Yeah.
So let's come together and we can send the greatest message of all out to the world.
Love.
That's right. The Love and Unity Fest is now the week of Love and Unity, and it's a full week of events through the arts, curated by Music Village. So for more information about next year's Love and Unity Fest and the week of Love and Unity, please visit our website at www.musicvillage.live. For all the information, you'll see videos and footage of this year's Week of Love and Unity, and also ways that you can support. We would surely appreciate your support. We're going to be bringing Nicole back, but I would like to play a really, really cool remake that she did. We both have done remakes that have gotten Grammy attention. So we have something else in common too. And she did a really, really great job on this one. Check it out, and we're gonna talk with Nicole right after.
This is the first time I'm singing since I've had the plague, so I'm trying to get rid of it. It's high, so we'll see. Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 please don't take him just because you can. Please don't take him just because you can. Your beauty is beyond compare, with flaming locks of autumn hair, with ivory skin and eyes of emerald green. Your smile is like the breath of spring, your voice is soft like summer rain, and I cannot compete with you, Jolene. He talks about you in his sleep, there's nothing I can do to keep from crying when he calls your name, Jolene. And I can easily understand how you could easily take my man, but you don't know what he means to me, Jolene. Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 please don't take him just because you can. Please don't take him just because you can. You can have your choice of men. I could never love again. He's the only one for me, Jolene. I had to have this talk with you. My happiness depends on you and whatever you decide to do, Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, Jolene, please don't take him just because you can. take them just because you can. Please don't take them just because you can.
I didn't even know that existed.
I told you I did my research.
What are you in the CIA? How did you find them? I've never seen that.
Oh,
It looks so young.
it was beautiful. And I've been there. The cast party, right? It's, yeah, on Broadway. I forgot the gentleman's name, but he's a really cool guy.
Jim Caruso, dear friend.
Yes.
I didn't know that existed. That was from 5 years ago. That's crazy.
Wow. Well, it was a beautiful rendition, and Dolly is all good around here. We love Dolly.
She's ahead of her time, honest to God. She really she's really an amazing songwriter and human being.
Yes.
Just someone who does the Lord's work. Wow, she's special.
Yes, she's groovy. She will be in the Groovy Hall of Fame over here.
100%.
Yes. And now she's coming out with a rock album. Yeah.
Because genre is meaningless. It's just about good music.
Exactly. Do you ever feel ever feel confined when people introduce you as a jazz artist, or do you embrace it?
That's a really interesting question, because I try to put myself, especially with this last project, How Love Begins, in a more jazz box, because all my other records were kind of genre fluid. And I think as a business mindset, putting myself in a box is smarter, to be like niche, to be able to sit in a streaming platform next to Billie Holiday, than just like to sit within the traditional jazz idiom, business wise. But as a songwriter, and since I know you're a songwriter too, I don't want to be only a jazz songwriter. I'd like to be a songwriter that can do any genre. That I want other people to sing my songs, and they don't have to only be jazz artists. So
yeah. And I've heard Dolly mention that as well, that she's done pop, she's crossed over in different lanes. She's forever a country girl, but she doesn't ever want to be held back, so yeah. But that was a beautiful rendition of that song. And as I mentioned, it was nominated for a Grammy as a remake, and my current single, Let's Wait a While, which I redid, which was originally a Janet Jackson classic, is now, we're both on the first ballot for this year's Grammys. So congratulations again.
Congratulations to you too. First round, baby.
Yeah. And I want to publicly, thank you, because when I had questions about this process, I would DM you, and some artists talk the talk, some walk the walk, and there's artists that you'll meet that may say, yeah, just reach out to me, here's my info, and then you do so, and you may not hear from them. But when I reached out, you were right there, and I definitely appreciate that. So I wanted to definitely thank you for that. And then also ask you, did you experience that yourself? Did you find a community of artists, especially as a female jazz artist, that you could reach out to for support as well?
For the Grammys or just in general?
in general?
Well, I felt kind of going back to that whole way that I kind of came into jazz where I was feeling like I wasn't part of it, even though I really wanted to be, because there were so many like rules I had to follow that I wasn't following. I decided that I would form my own kind of community. So I have been trying to foster pretty hardcore a community for like the last 10 years of just like helping to uplift and be honest and be authentic and be genuine. And yeah, so if someone comes to me with a question, I think one of our first interactions is that you said something like beautiful, and the first thing I said was, I opened this. I shouldn't have opened this because I'm not prepared to give you the response that you deserve, you know. But like, I think it's really just about, it's like the web that you make is only as strong as the last thread that you threw. Has that ever been said before? That makes sense to me.
That was really deep, though.
Right? Well, just call me Confucius. Jeez.
I sort of want to use that as a segue to talk about how love begins. Yes, this is the new album, the current album, How Love Begins. Beautiful cover, beautifully shot. And I did, listen to thoroughly. And I noticed there wasn't any scatting. So, yeah. So was that intentional?
Yes, because it's funny because on my live shows, I scat constantly on the originals. And part of me, because this whole record is live, we recorded it live without a click. I'm like, I probably should have improvised. But, if I'm going to be super honest and transparent, which I tend to do to a fault, I didn't feel confident enough in my abilities to scat. And I was extremely intimidated by the people that I had hired.
But hold on, rewind. Did you say you recorded this without a click?
Yeah, the whole thing is live.
What?
And I'm playing and singing most of the time live. Those are my live vocal takes. And nobody ever talked about that in any of the interviews or anything. And it made me crazy. I was like, dude, I could have put this to a click and edited the living daylights out of it. But I chose to make it a freaking live jazz record. I added some, a couple of tunes that are more, cross genre leaning. I added background vocals and like pads after.
Right.
But most of those takes I'm just sitting at the piano singing and playing, looking at Christian McBride, looking at Gilad, looking at Dan or Billy, and just being like, I hope that was good. Oh, let's do it again. Do it again. We did like 5 takes of each tune because I was like, it has to be one take.
Absolutely. And for the those who are watching that may aspire to the recording studio, when we're talking about a click or a metronome, it keeps everything locked in time, so that among many reasons, so that if you have to go in and fix a part, it's easy to find a clean spot to do that and fix it and then come out so that it's seamless. But when you record without a click, it's not married to the time. And so it's not always easy to go in and change, which means you usually have to just record the whole thing over. It's what we call live. So this was live. That's commendable. The whole project.
Every track is the band playing.
That is
a fresh take.
So maybe tell everyone, what's the benefit of recording without the click? Why do it?
Well, it kind of goes back to that whole do I want to box myself in as a jazz singer thing. And because I've been kind of shifted around and sitting on the outsides looking in, going, knock, knock, am I jazz? Can I come inside to the jazz house? You know, like,
Right, right,
and
right.
I was like, well, I'll do the record live. I'll write all the songs. I'll sing them live. I won't do like extraneous production. I'll all the instrumentalists will be live jazz instrumentalists. I'm just gonna give them lead sheets. I'm not gonna write out parts except like the extremely important parts. And it's gonna be an improvised experience.
So that
Um,
it was authentically representative of the genre.
yeah, at least I thought so. We'll see what
Mhm.
other people think.
Well, I mean, I loved all of it, you know, and I also wanted to ask, it's totally original music, which also is somewhat of, it's a little different because jazz prides itself on those standards. Um, so was it risky to do an 100% original jazz album, or was that, you know, how'd you come to that decision?
Every time I'm on the verge of a mental break, my husband, Dan Pugach, who's, like I said, Grammy nominated drummer composer, he will say, Nicole, just a reminder, you didn't choose the easy road. You didn't release an album of standards. You didn't even put a single song that anybody knows. You know, the only song people might know is Reverie because it's based on a Debussy piece, and my arrangement is based on an arrangement for Ella Fitzgerald, but I still wrote the lyrics.
Hmm.
And it sounds nothing like the Ella Fitzgerald arrangement. It has a lot to do with it, but it's not. So he'll be like, "You didn't choose the easy road." So it's not like people put the record on, they can just be like, "Skip, skip, 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 skip." Ah, my one and only love. I know this. It's nostalgic. I understand. I love this song. I love her version. Let me put this on my playlist. Let me editorially place this on tunes that we know and love, cozy fireside jazz. No, they have to like sit and listen and be like, "Oh, this sounds like a standard." Or this doesn't sound like anything I've heard because you've never heard it because I came from my brain. It's crazy. So thank you for asking me. No, it made my life so much harder. But the good news is that people were pretty receptive to it, and it has encouraged, uh, I guess, inspired me to put together the new vocal songbook, which I've
Hmm.
been collecting um, other jazz singers songwriters that are alive now, having them submit to be part of this collaboration, which is a book that I'm putting together of living jazz singer songwriters that are steeped in the traditional sound of Tim Panelli, great
Mm.
American songbook, jazz form. You know, great rhyme scheme, uh, form, uh, clear melodies, jazz harmonies, etc. So I'm going to have release two editions. The first edition is like the classic jazz sound, and the second would be the more alternative jazz, alternative modern jazz sound. So, you know, I'm in the middle of, and there's beautiful, amazing singers that are going to be part of this that
Oh,
are my peers that, and also people that I really look up to. So that's a long way of saying it made it harder for me, but the goal is that within jazz, I would like people to not just sing songs by people who are dead. Those songs are amazing and will never get old because they're perfect. But like, I'm gonna put together a book of songs of people that are alive and like choose one of our songs too. Because
yes,
yeah,
yes, yes. I applaud that. I applaud that. I mean, I look for growth as a listener, as a lover of music, and I'm often hoping for that. And so I was actually happy to to see that you had this full album of original music. But I also knew it was a challenge, or at least I wanted to find out if it was a challenge. But now I have
extreme.
the other question I have for you is, so how does love begin?
Well, honestly, it should be called How Love Begins and Ends. Because it's really, because it's in two parts. It's how love begins and how love ends. And the song that you mentioned, before we started talking, The Garden, is also like how it begins again.
Ah.
And the narrative I kind of found accidentally. And the part one and part two became very clear how it begins, how it ends. But I wasn't really sure what the underlying thing was until I saw this beautiful, what I thought was a painting, when I was looking for oil and water. Because there's a lot of oil and water and like smoke and fire, like all this like imagery within my lyrics that had come about accidentally. It wasn't intentional. So I was like, oh, oil, water. I was like, oh, climate change, interesting. Because I always do some sort of activism. It's just part of who I am as a human, and not something that I do just randomly up in. Anyways, so I looked a Google search oil water, and I found what I thought was a painting. And I was like, wow, this is so beautiful. That's like, what is that, oil and water on canvas or something? And then I clicked on it, and it was a photo by Daniel Beltra of the Gulf of Mexico oil spill, the Deep Horizon oil spill from an aerial point of view. And I was like, that's the theme of the album. Some of the most beautiful things in life are also the most heartbreaking. That's how I feel about love. It's like, take the leap, but also there's a lot of pain that can come, but in the end, it's all kind of worth it because it'll cycle back around if you keep the faith.
Wow, that is so beautiful, and so many songs, were right in line with that entire landscape that you just painted. The entire album feels like it's seamless, like it's one story that you're weaving through each lyric of each song.
Thanks for
So,
listening. It means a lot because you're such an amazing artist. So it means a lot that you took the time to listen.
thank you so much. And listen, everybody, I'm going to share our mental moment. We have a mental health moment with our coach. We're going to just share something for everyone to think about, and we're going to bring Nicole back for one final question. So don't go nowhere, everybody.
Hello, everybody. This is Omar Lyles, the mental health coach, and I'm going to be talking about, are you trying to fix your own problems? A lot of times we try to fix our own problems, and we'll actually lead ourselves to our own demise, and then we'll lead ourselves into a lot of deep quicksand and troubled water if we don't actually try to get the help that we actually need. Sometimes we're going to need a little oversight, someone to actually take care and keep watch over us in case we slip or fall. Sometime we're going to need someone who may be a clergy member, or a pastor, or a confidant, or someone who's a friend to actually hold us accountable. And for us to actually take the actions that we need to do in order to keep us moving forward in life. Don't try to fix yourself up by yourself, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. We need all three of those categories to keep us moving forward in life, because you'll lead yourself to your own demise, and you'll spiral down to where you just can't handle things yourself. Please try to get the help you need and seek a licensed professional counselor or someone that can help you in your everyday life. This is Omar Lyles, the mental health coach, wishing you peace and blessings. Peace.
Yeah. Words of wisdom, huh?
For sure. Very timely. I was telling a team member of yours today that I oftentimes do not delegate out. I try and do it all. And then it goes back to what I was saying. It's like, I would love to have the time to just rap with a like-minded spirit like you, But if I'm trying to do it all the time, sometimes I'll send a short, quick message back, and that's not the kind of person that I want to be in the world. So.
Right. Yeah. And I feel like as artists, we often take a lot on our shoulders. And sometimes I don't know if it's, shared, but I don't know if sometimes we just don't express it. And so it ends up coming out not always in productive ways. So I think that it's really important that if you're going through something, to find someone to share it with. If you think about the groove, and if you take it to a record player with a needle, if the needle keeps skipping, you gotta do something about it. And if you don't know how to fix it, then get someone else to help you fix it.
I love that.
Yeah. So there we are with that.
Love that. That's beautiful.
If Nicole the artist today could share one thing with Nicole the artist as she was starting out that would help her find her groove a little faster, what would it be?
Focus on a goal. Set a goal, because goals were scary for me, because goals meant that there's a possibility to not achieve it. And so it took me many, many years to say out loud what my goals were. I would say, don't wait 10 years of just hard work in the trenches to actually say, I think I'm deserved of nice things.
Yeah, yeah. But there's a beautiful lyric at the end of The Garden that I wanted you to speak to. In the second part of it, the rose will bend.
You can't wait for flowers to grow.
Yes.
A rose still bends when the wind blows.
Yes. Can you just sort of
I love that you like that lyric. Yeah, thank you for. This is why this interview means a lot to me, because you kind of got it. I've been waiting for a while for people to get it. I think a lot of people say that they do listen, but nobody really listens. You know what I mean? So like a lot of the questions you said, just you kind of got it. So thank you. Yeah, a rose still bends when the wind blows was my way of saying it's something beautiful. Something that signifies beauty, but if there is a strong enough wind, it will feel that like pressure, and it might even break. But there's a whole other bush, and it will grow again. So that's the point of the garden.
That was beautiful, and I can't wait to share. I'm going to thank everybody for watching The Groove with my groovy guest, Nicole Zuraitis. I hope you guys have been throwing up hearts and likes as you've been watching this presentation. And we're going to take you out with her and her special video recording of the song The Garden from her current album, How Love Begins. And y'all, you know what it is. We'll be back with more of The Groove. Stay groovy and remember to love one another.